morning and welcome to our second breakfast dedicated to Clusters for Health. And I would like to start the event in order to have time to present and to have some dynamic discussion, I hope, dedicated to the idea of how to support startups in their road to smart internationalization. I'm Elena Capitanu. I'm Vice President of Małgomol Cluster and coordinator of a project Clusters for Health, a project dedicated to support the cooperation between Ukrainian clusters and European clusters. The foundation of Clusters for Health is the idea that clusters are powerful engines for innovation and resilience in healthcare. So our main aim is to foster collaboration from companies, university, healthcare providers to accelerate the transfer of knowledge, technology, and business models, and to enable companies to scale, internationalize, and access to new markets. Also, we would like very much to play a central role in rebuilding Ukraine's industrial and healthcare ecosystem in the current geopolitical context. Clusters for Health project is funded by the European Union for COSME call, and it's a consortium, very strong consortium made up of 8 partners from 6 countries. So it's an alliance of clusters, Cluster Emilia-Romagna from Italy, Biocat from Spain, Imagomol from Romania, and the Romanian Cluster Association is also part of our consortium, Klaster LifeScience Kraków, and Oslo Cancer Cluster, supporting the cooperation with Ukrainian medical clusters, Rivne Regional Medical represented by Rivne TechMed and ProMedMan from Kiev. And our main activities are to support the development of European Ukrainian Cluster Acceleration Lab as a tool for developing and increasing the excellence of the clusters. We have as a goal to accelerate health tech startups, to organize capacity and knowledge transfer events like deep dives. We have one very soon in Barcelona, hosted by Biocat, our very strong cluster partner from Catalonia. And in December, we have also one event in Oslo, organized by Oslo Cancer Cluster. These are the events that will be organized very soon. And this type of events like Cluster for Health breakfasts are dedicated to facilitate the European Ukrainian matchmaking and to develop cooperation agreements. And also we have as aim to develop joint strategy and collaborative pilot projects. This type of breakfast is dedicated to foster, like I mentioned, the European-Ukrainian dialogue, to facilitate network and partnership, and to align the needs with the cooperation opportunities. And we will be having finally 10 online sessions, topics based on Ukrainian organization needs. We had one already due at the beginning of the summer in July. This is the second. And the participants are Ukrainian, European clusters, companies, or other types of healthcare providers. And it's a very informal format, open in order to co-create a community. Our current event is dedicated to discuss the startup opportunities and how we can facilitate the startups' internationalization. Our agenda includes some presentation dedicated to Enterprise European Network. It's a tool for SMEs internationalization, and Daniel, President of Romanian Cluster Association, will be presenting this type of support. And afterwards, I'll be presenting an European Startup Accelerator Program, Ruby Garage, supported by Clusters for Health project, and also a call, a European Innovation Council call dedicated to support the Ukrainian tech SMEs and startups. And I would like to give a floor to Daniel to start presenting the Enterprise European Network services. And then come back to the other opportunities. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you very much. Welcome to this second breakfast, which is a very good idea of our Polish colleagues. Thank you for organizing this. And it is the internationalization of Ukrainian clusters and SMEs is very, very important. So and from several reasons. And I remember when because let's think we share we share a common past, so to say, of the communism. And when we got out of this, for Romania at least, it was very, very difficult until it lasted years until we have reached this level, for example, so that we are in this consortium, that we are leading projects, so the international projects. This has lasted a very, very long time, and there are instruments and shortcuts, so to say, to get into international consortia, to get into international partnerships, which are, of course, at several levels. It can be at cluster level, or it can be as SME level. As we will see, there are calls dedicated to SMEs, there are calls dedicated to clusters, there are support calls, but there are also innovation calls, all kind of calls. And maybe one can ask himself or herself, why are they needed? Because in the end, by being part of this kind of projects and international consortia, it gets in the end to business. It gets, because you enter a wider landscape of partners. You start to understand how the others think, how the Europeans think in terms of doing a project, managing a project, and so on. It is I think, again, I give the example in Romania, but it would be the same also in Ukraine. It is a huge difference how an European project is led and managed, and how a Romanian national, or I think Ukrainian national project is being run or managed. In particular for Ukraine now, it is very, very important to get access to these international markets, to these European partnerships. And and to cut now this introduction, I hope I convinced you. There are some instruments which can be used, and they are not. They are also support services which are dedicated to this by the European Union, and I will highlight three of them. The first of all, the Enterprise Europe Network, I would like to draw your attention on. So you see, the Enterprise Europe Network is the largest network in support of internationalization of SMEs mainly, but also of other organizations like clusters, like research and development organizations, even local authorities, may benefit from this. And you see that it is really international. So it has over 600 regional points all over the world. And you see, it is not only in the European Union. You see, Ukraine is also represented. There are regional points in Ukraine for the Enterprise Europe Network, but you see there, from all over the world, like, you see Argentina, you see New Zealand, that there. So it's really international. In Ukraine, we have in Kharkiv, we have 1 point, and nine points in Kiev. If you go to this to the website, you can find the local points all over the world. So these local points that I showed you now, in each country, you can find them very, very easy. So from the front page. And how is this functioning? So let's say, so there are three kind of cooperations in which an organization, from each country, let's take the example of Ukraine, can enter. It can be commercial. Commercial means like selling of products and services, or for example, if a Ukrainian IT company wants to develop software or has competencies in developing of software, for example, and yeah, you want to enter into a to offer your services, or yeah, you produce something and you want to sell, or you want to become a representative of some German company, for example, Bosch, I don't know. So let's take some example in Ukraine. These are called commercial cooperation. There can be technological cooperations when, for example, you have developed a technology, or you want to import a technology or a product which is very, very technology intensive. Yeah? These are called technological cooperation. And the third one is the research cooperation. When you want to, especially in Horizon Europe projects, you have a project idea, for example, and you want to develop a project, or you have competencies and you want to make yourself visible, and you are looking for partners or for consortia in a certain topic. And how is this functioning? So you are a Ukrainian organization, and you see, as you see here on this slide, and then you have to address. I showed you there are 9 here, 9 in Kiev and 1 in Kharkiv. I have taken the example of APAU, which is a Enterprise Europe Network point, yes, and also manages a cluster. So it's but all the other ones, there are, for example, also I think the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has a contact point, but yeah, I would take one which is more industrial. Yeah, depends on where you are, and depends also on what you are doing, and then you can see who is better as a regional point, and you go to your regional point, and discuss with them that you would like, for example, to develop software for you want to export this to Germany, for example. And then this would be a commercial cooperation, and you are starting to fill in a cooperation profile with the support of the Enterprise Europe Network point. And here there are two mistakes you can make. Either you fill in you fill in the form very superficially, so that because the Enterprise Europe Network points are not specialists, or they can be, but in general they are not specialists in your field. So if you fill it in very superficially, nobody will understand what you really want. Or because you are very in love with your product or with your services, you give too many details, and then because they are not specialists, they don't understand what to look for. So this is why here it lasts a little bit long, because you will fill in, they will come back and say, hey, here you must add more. So this is let's say this requires an effort, a little bit of effort from your side to fill in your cooperation profile as good as possible. And then what happens? Then your Ukrainian Enterprise Europe Network enters your profile in this here is called POD, Partnership Opportunity Database, which is a very, very, very huge database. You see all these 450 from all over the world feed in this kind of profiles. And then what happens? It is either passive or active. Passive means that from Germany, if you wanted Germany, for example, from Germany, an Enterprise Europe colleague from Germany, which has a cooperation profile in the other way, a German company looking for a cooperation with Ukraine, will find your cooperation profile. Or the active way is when the Ukrainian Enterprise Europe Network regional point is looking for German counterparts, German profiles which fit with your request. Yeah, either or. Yeah, it is then when these two are found. Yes, the two regional points, the German one and the Ukrainian one, put you in contact with the German SME that has been found to match with your request or demand or offer. And then the Enterprise Europe network retires, and you can do your own business, the business with a new identified partner. Of course, if you need support further on from the DEN, yeah, it will be given to you. So the advantages of this network, and also I looking forward to your question. The advantage of the Enterprise Europe network. First of all, it is a multi-annual project financed by the European Commission in support of the SMEs. So this costs nothing. For you as a client, this costs nothing. Second, it is huge. It is a huge network all over the world. So it is highly improbable that you will not find a partner, a suitable partner, if your profile is, as I told you in the beginning, is okay, is at a certain level of quality. Third, you can use this, if you are clever, you can use this as a mini market research, because you don't have to select only Germany. You can select, when you fill in the profile, I don't know, South America. You see that we have Argentina, South America. And to see in South America if there are companies that are doing the same as you do. So if you want to know, for example, is there competition from me from South America, by filling in this profile and finding in the database, because as I told you, it is huge, finding companies that are doing the same, yeah, that gives you a first example. This is a mini, yeah, small market research, but it is as a starting point, it is very good, and it is free, for free. Also, if you don't find anything, this is also this is also a result, because that means, yeah, okay, either you are good, so you are the only one, or there are not so many. This is good. Yeah, the only one it cannot be, because but that means that you have an advantage. Or maybe if you requested something that does not exist, or offered something that it is not relevant, maybe you have to adjust your offer. So this is an instrument which unfortunately is not used so much, which can be very used in a clever way. Apart from this, so this is the main, let's say, the main instrument of the Enterprise Europe network. But of course, a part of this what I have described, which is a continuous activity, there are, for example, international matchmaking events which are organized by the Enterprise Europe network, where where you have this classical face-to-face meeting, in on-site or online or hybrid form, which are also very relevant, because then you discuss directly. This is something, let's say, a little bit more abstract, but then you discuss with your counterpart directly. So this would be the Enterprise Europe network. Then we have, for the clusters now, we have the European Cluster Collaboration Platform. You see here, the distribution of clusters around Europe, which are profiled on the European Cluster Collaboration Platform. And sorry. And you see here also we have in Ukraine you see here the distribution of profiled Ukrainian clusters. So where there is a star, this means this is only one there, and where you have this number, the numbers you see, there are several clusters in the city, in the respective city. If you go to the European Cluster Collaboration Platform, you find easily the map. The European Cluster Collaboration Platform is offering several types of services. C2 Lab, these are project generation seminars. The next one will be if you go on the website, you find all this information. The next one will be in Finland at the end of October. So these C2 labs, there are project generation seminars where you come with your idea. So what you can do by the European Enterprise Europe Network, by going with your idea into the database, and somebody finds you or you find somebody. This is a face-to-face project generation seminar where you can already now, if you want, you can register to the event and also present your idea in the registration, and this idea will be discussed there in Finland, in Kuopio. And this is a even shorter way to project consortia and proposals. We have clusters meet regions. These are events which are done at regional level, which are in the form of cluster conferences, in most of the cases they are accompanied by matchmaking events organized with the support of the Enterprise Europe Network. For example, I would recommend to participate to the Clusters Meet Regions event in Regensburg in Germany, which will take place at the end of November, because there will be also a matchmaking event. It is in Bavaria, which is the top land of Germany. So this will be a good opportunity also to get access to the German market, but also to the international, because there will be international participants. Then we have the matchmaking events, the international matchmaking events, which are organized like there are cluster delegations, and also SMEs are welcome to participate to international events so we have this year in Vietnam, in Taiwan, in Dubai, India. Unfortunately, I think you have the chance for you can check. You have the chance for still to register for India and for Vietnam if you are interested. We don't have, unfortunately, so many. There are not so many Ukrainian applications, although so the travel costs are being reimbursed. So the travel costs are being supported by the European Cluster Collaboration Platform for one representative of the cluster. So please check, and if you are interested, you can still apply this week for these two events, but they will follow also next year and so on. So this is also an opportunity to enlarge your business network. Okay, the European Cluster Conference, this takes place every 2 years. The Cluster Booster Academy, this is, again, a type of project generation seminar, a type of training dedicated to clusters on specific management issues, and the EU Cluster Talks. These are regular events where different topics are being discussed, like the new industrial policy of the European Union, like standardization requirements in the EU, yeah, here you can also propose topics. You see, this is a regular. This takes place once a month. I mean, if you have a relevant topic, yeah, and yeah, there can be. This is very flexible. Yeah, I can imagine there can be also organized one new cluster talk again doing business in Ukraine. This could be very easily be organized. Yeah, if there is interest and you express interest, for yeah, this can be. This is a very flexible format. Okay, the third one I would like to, this is also dedicated to clusters, I would like to highlight is the European Secretariat for Cluster Analysis. This is the the European forum or organization which assesses the excellence level of the cluster management. And there are three levels: bronze, silver, and gold. We see here the bronze labeled clusters in Ukraine. We have four. You see this. So this is the largest map because, okay, the largest map is on bronze. So you see also this is very international. Not only Europe. And you see we have four Ukrainian clusters which are labeled with bronze. This one, when it is a little bit gray, yeah, means that it has expired. But this the label. But this is the situation. What is this? Why is this relevant for? Because when although not yeah, okay, not let's say in some cases yes, in some cases no, officially expressed as a criterion when consortia, cluster consortia are being built, the ones who are yeah, the coordinators kind of look, yeah, if yeah, at what level the cluster is, because this is being a wide internationally recognized methodology. So if you have bronze, yeah, and the one from Mexico has bronze, yeah, that means that you are, I mean, from the point of view of the management and how you are organizing things in your cluster, yeah, you are at the same level. Yeah, if you have silver, yeah, and so on, if you have gold, yeah, so on. So also this increases your visibility as on international scales, and yeah, this leads also to projects in the end. Okay, this is not supported by, yeah, there are projects which yeah provide which, if written in the beginning in the project, yeah, provide support for this kind of labeling. But so this is not, so this costs, yeah, this costs some money, but I think it is a good investment, or yeah, you should at least consider starting to consider as a cluster assessing your excellence level, because in the end, we talk from experience in Romania. We have Romanian clusters are very fond of this. Yeah, there we have now 7 gold clusters, 11 bronze, and okay, many silver, many bronzes. And this was one of our ways to get international and to get visible at international level. Okay, thank you very much. These are the 3 instruments I wanted to highlight. The idea is there are not always, you have not always to invest money, but there are some instruments which are free, yeah, which you can use to get international, like the Enterprise Europe Network, like the European Cluster Collaboration Platform. And internationalization is highly important at this stage of development of the Ukrainian clusters. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Daniel, for the excellent presentation and comprehensive tools to support startup internationalization clusters in their approach to internationalization. Maybe there are questions from the audience in order to get some tips and tricks on how to utilize these tools. Agnieszka?
Yes, this is not exactly question, but I would like to support presentation of Mr. Kosnita that Enterprise Europe Network really works. Because I'm also a partner of Enterprise Europe Network, and I joined your meeting today because I have a client who would like to cooperate with Ukraine, who is SME, a training center in Krakow, and they train physiotherapists, and they are interested in financing for this kind of activity. They would like to find some EU funds to train Ukrainian physiotherapists. And most of you probably already have my email forwarded by Ms. Jurecka. So if you know anything about this kind of funds now or in the future, please do not hesitate to contact me or maybe directly this training center, because there were contacts to them too. So thank you very much for this possibility, and I can confirm that Enterprise Europe Network really works, that we do our best for our clients. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Agnieszka. Indeed, we have checked your email. Tetiana, maybe you want some feedback for Agnieszka?
Доброго дня всім. Я хотіла би відповісти зразу пані Агнешці.
Hello, everybody. I would like to reply to Madam Agnieszka about her email and her interest in
польських тренінгового центру з
Polish
фізіотерапевтами.
training
Я
center
бачу, що
for
на сьогоднішній зустрічі у
physiotherapists.
нас
I see that
присутні
today
є
we have
представники Рівненського обласного
present
госпіталю ветеранів війни,
Rivne
фактично,
Oblast
які мають дуже
Hospital
потужну
for
базу в
veterans. They have a
реабілітації,
huge
мають багато фізичних
base for
терапевтів.
rehab. They
Вони
have
є
many
також тренерами Всесвітньої
physiotherapists. They're
організації
also
охорони здоров'я.
trainers
Я думаю,
for
що ця тема якраз
WHO.
вони є членами нашого кластеру.
They are
І
part of our
я думаю, що ця
cluster.
тема також їх
So I think this
зацікавить,
topic is very
як можна
interesting for them
отримати
as
ще
well,
більше
how they could
навичок
obtain even
по
more
вашій програмі
skills
для
with your
тренування
program
такого. І
to
якщо
participate
зараз
in this
вони,
training.
можливо, хочуть
And if
щось відповісти,
today,
або
maybe
я
they
думаю,
want
що
to reply
найближчими
directly.
днями на цьому
If not, then
тижні ми
maybe
зв'яжемося
this
з
week
відповідним листом до вас
we will
і
get in touch with you
встановимо
with
такий
an
зв'язок.
email and we will
Дуже
have
вам
this
дякую за
connection
пропозицію.
established. Thank you so much for your
Thank you very
suggestion.
much. I'm not sure I understand everything, but what I understood is that you have this kind of a big training center in Ukraine, and that there is some kind of possibility for cooperation, right? Yeah.
Agnieszka,
Okay,
I repeat in English. We have hospitals that training veterans in Ukraine near Rivne. They are member of our cluster, and they are present now in this meeting today. And they have good experience to rehabilitation our veterans. That's why it will be interesting for them to connect with your training center.
Thank you
And
very
we
much.
will return with answer in 2 days. Thank you.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you. May I remind you that we do have interpretation, and if you please.
І у нас є ще і Олександр, це наш стартап, який
We also have Alexander. This is a startup who
готового
has already
продукту,
developed a
який ми будемо
finished
презентувати
product,
в Барселоні,
which we're
але
going to present
Олександр
in
підняв руку,
Barcelona.
і я думаю,
So
що якраз
Alexander
Агнешка,
has raised
це
his hand,
для вас
and
буде
Agnieszka,
цікаво.
this is something
З
that might
Олександром.
be
Це ветеран,
interesting for you. He's the veteran,
військовий,
he's
бивший.
the military,
Будь ласка.
ex-military. Please give him the floor.
Саш, можна казати.
Please, Alexander.
Бо я з телефон.
Погано чутно, Саш.
I think we have a bad connection due to driving.
Дуже плохий зв'язок. Може, відео виключи?
Зараз
Ми завтра про Сашка будемо робити пост. Якраз його відео
We
виступи
will
на
publish the post about Alexander. We are going to make the video for the TV journal, so that's something that you can see tomorrow, published live. I would like to welcome everybody. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be present. And I would like to say hi to Rivne Hospital for the war veterans. These are great, cool guys. And I had my rehab there as well. With regards to our training machine, we're ready and we're going to present it very soon. And if you're gonna have any questions about it, Alexander, I think it would be interesting for you to go there and on a trip. Yes, maybe, but I have so many things to do. And I'm also on the rehab, so we can discuss these options later.
Great, thank you very much. I'm looking forward for knowing more about your startups in the future events. And it's a smooth transition, for instance, for the next topic to present European Startups Accelerator Program, and maybe to convince you, let's say, to join our activities dedicated to scale up startups. So our next topic on our breakfast is to shortly present you this opportunity for the European startups. Rubik Garage is an accelerator for startups organized by Rubik Hub. I have some colleagues in my agency that are working very closely with startups in order to support their road to the market. And Rubik Hub, together with the Macomall cluster, in close collaboration with two our key projects, Clusters4health, dedicated to support Ukrainian startups, and Innovate.EU, a project dedicated to support European startups. We are joining forces to develop this edition of Rubik Garage entitled Future of Health Tech. And we are looking forward to develop a hybrid program, a cross-border program designed for early stages health tech startups. And we are bridging Eastern and Western European. So the objective is to support health tech startups, to support their market-ready solutions, real-world validation, and commercialization traction. So it's equity-free, tax-free. Startups keep 100% ownership of their company while gaining access to top support. We have two tracks for different levels. It's pre-MVP, pre-minimum viable products. MVP stands for minimum viable products. So from proof of concept to prototyping, from level 3 to 5. And the accelerator will help startups to validate their solution technically and functionally, to evolve them from concept to working prototype, and to lay the foundation for user testing and market readiness. The benefits of a program for the startups for the pre-MVP is to validate the technical feasibility of a solution, so proof of concept to prototype, to develop a functional prototype ready for the first user feedback, and to prepare the initial investment discussion, so pre-seed readiness. We have a track also dedicated to MVP and growth. It will be dedicated from pilot testing to early market traction, so from level 6 to 8. And will support the companies in their products and development to the market. And I would like to highlight the fact that the program is hybrid, so there is an optional free co-working space in Rubik Hub in Piatra Neamț, but the main idea is to support online the acceleration of the startups, and to have a possibility to diving into an immersive and intensive learning experience that blends over 100 hours of practical workshops in one-to-one feedback session covering a wide range of topics, group session for peer-to-peer learning, meet the investor session, ask me anything as sessions, coaching and networking and community building opportunities. As a structure, the program has weekly cohort section from that can lead to 3 hours with industry and partner guest speakers, and we have also a weekly mentor session of 2 hours tailored for each startup specific needs. The program has also envisaged 2 on-site events if the startups have a possibility to join. So it will be a founders bootcamp that currently is under preparation. It is estimated to be taking place in end of November in Milan. And to connect mentors and investors with the idea of a founders bootcamp, to join a hands-on session and to build long-lasting relationship with the community. Also, it is to organize a demo day in mid-February 2026 in person. And this demo day is designed in order to pitch your startup to audience of investors, venture capitalists, partners, and mentors. So shortly, this is about the Ruby Garage, and we are kindly inviting you to apply. I think that you have this information from Natalia and Tetiana. And if you are checking the webpage of Ruby Garage, you can apply. And the Ukrainian startups have their secured place using the code of our project. So to mention the fact that we are recommended by Clusters4health, and you have a secure spot in the future of health accelerator for startups. If you have questions related to how to apply and to your role to Ruby Garage, I don't see any hands raised, so maybe we'll keep in touch with Natalia and Tatiana in order to get access to the accelerator. And I will shortly present also a funding opportunity dedicated for Ukrainian tech SMEs and startups. It's a European Innovation Council call. I suppose that maybe you have heard already about him, so I'll just have a short overview and keep in touch with the Ukrainian partners in order to provide support in developing projects, and also with us as clusters that are partnering with the Ukrainian clusters in order to support you. So the idea of the European Innovation Council is to provide a total budget of 20 million to support companies with 300,000 euro up to 500,000 euro. And the deadline of a call is 26th of November, so it's still plenty of time to prepare your proposal. The Ukrainian tech companies have to apply as a sole applicant, so it's not a partnership call. It's dedicated to eligible applicants like deep tech, small and medium enterprises and startups. Priority sectors are AI, robotics, biotechnology, and cybersecurity. Also, there is a strong encouragement for the women-led enterprises to apply. Eligible activities are development and testing of innovative technologies, prototyping and validation of solution, training and awareness activities, market preparation and business development, cooperation with European Union and international partners. The expected impact of your project is considered to be strengthening the resilience of Ukrainian startups, improve disaster preparedness and risk awareness, to increase the participation in European innovation ecosystem, and to enhance the competitiveness of Ukrainian deep tech sector, and to have this kind of pathway to European Innovation Council accelerator and scale-up opportunities. So this is shortly about the call. Maybe you could provide some info if you are preparing your startups to apply. Victor, I see hands raised.
Добрий день, всіх радий чути, бачити. Мене звати Віктор, я директор компанії «Шлях». Ми з 22-го року займаємося розробкою на сьогоднішній день серійним виготовленням засобів до медичної допомоги, а саме вузловий турнікет при високих пораненнях у паховій ділянці і тазова шина. У нас два інноваційних продукти, вони абсолютно не є схожими ніяк візуально, ніяк технологічно на всі існуючі рішення сьогодні в ринку. Вони вирішують дуже складні питання, які були поставлені умовами введення бойових дій саме в Україні, тотальній війні. І тому цей продукт дуже важливий. На сьогоднішній день наш проект знаходиться вже на стадії не розробки, а, скажімо, масштабування і повноцінного впровадження в ринок. Декілька тисяч наших засобів вже сьогодні працюють на полі бою. Є як застосування реальні і врятовані життя, і просто вже там, наприклад, всі навчальні центри, основні в Україні, вже на сьогоднішній день проводять навчання. Мене цікавить, чи взагалі являється наш напрямок серед тих, яких ви там називали, пріоритетним, як стартап, і як, на ваш погляд, ми могли б побудувати нашу взаємодію, чи можливо це дистанційно робити, ну і можливо ви ще додасте щось від себе. Дякую.
So maybe your startup can be internalized. So to use European Enterprise Network, for instance, in order to get to European Union markets, maybe this could be a need. From what I am understanding, you consider that maybe your startup is your product is too advanced. It's already to the market, and it's not needed necessarily to join an accelerator program. But I may say that this kind of European accelerator program could be useful in order to get access to further investment, to get in touch with our international partners. So even though your product is already to the market, could be useful to take part of a community. And also you can also prepare this kind of proposal to European Innovation Council in order to get further funding, for instance. I don't know, Daniel, if you have any more ideas for Victor?
Yes, that's the same. You can use your enterprise, what you have said. Yes, you can also use the Enterprise Europe network. If you are at a certain level where your product is ready, your service, yes, please. Yeah, so we are here to, if you need any further, you can ask us also directly. Yes.
Great. So please keep in touch with
Можна я
us.
додам, колеги? Віктор
I
заповнював,
would
правда,
like
Віктор? Ви
to add,
заповнювали
Victor, you
нашу
have
форму, і
filled
у
in
наших
our
колег
form,
Еліна і Деніел, і ми всі бачимо форму,
and we
яку
all
ви
see
заповнювали
the
з наших
form,
стартапів. Тому ми всі бачимо це.
and we
Правильно? Ви
can all
заповнювали
see
нам
that.
форму?
Have you filled in
Просто
the
дуже
form?
багато чого заповнюю. Я, чесно кажучи,
I have
заповнюю.
filled in
Ні,
many
я
things.
пам'ятаю, ви є у нас в списку,
Напевно,
і
да, напевно,
ребята знають
заповнюю.
про вас. Так,
Yeah, we
ми
know about
відготові
you.
повністю знаємо, і будемо в Барселоні, теж будемо вас обговорювати.
Дякую. Я
We will be in
ще
Barcelona, we
один
will
коментар
discuss
додам,
you.
що насправді дуже сильною для нас підтримкою і необхідністю сьогодні, напевно,
I
є
would like to add
основне це
that we're
пройти,
receiving
скажімо,
lots of
юридичний
help,
шлях
and the
по
biggest
впровадженню нашого
constraint, this is
продукту в Європу,
the
тому
legal
що
constraint
є певна
of
специфіка у вас, у нас, воно
getting
відрізняється, да,
our
і,
product
напевно,
into
дуже була
EU
б
markets.
сильна
The
підтримка, да, якщо б можна було
specificities are
якийсь
different, so
дати
I would
супроводжувальний
say that
процес,
I need
питання
help
там
over there.
європейської сертифікації медичних виробів, входження там у всі необхідні реєстри і
how to get into the right
Ми
registers in order to
відмічали
be
це.
on European
Ребята
market.
видели теж.
Yeah, you've marked it up,
Дякую.
and our guys have seen it.
Great, very much needed your feedback, because this is the idea of this kind of breakfast, to further find out more about the challenges of Ukrainian companies that are entering the European market, and to know what kind of support it is needed in order to define and refine our support services for you. Indeed, regulation is a huge topic, and it's difficult to any company from any country to go to the market of another country from European Union, because sometimes regulations are different. So it's very important to have this legal support in place. And if the other participants could say some feedback for one of the questions that I put in here, like a guiding way of having our discussion animated, and to find out more which are your needs, which are your funding gaps. For instance, you need seed investment, you need capital, you need testing grants, for instance, or validation, which type of partners are you looking on a European level? Are you looking for hospitals, for investors, for instance, or for distributors? How can we support you more in this process in going to a market? And I'm looking forward for your feedback in one of the topics that it is mentioned here. It would be great to open up the dialogue. I'm sure that Natalia and Tatiana have collected all your replies, and we have this analysis from your side, and we are organizing this kind of report based on the needs mentioned by you directly in the profiles that you have filled in. But this kind of breakfast was the idea to have also direct communication, to get to know you, to have this kind of online face-to-face communication, and to involve you more in our project. Tatiana, please. Tatiana, please, you raised your hand. You want to...
Так, дякую, Аліна.
Yes, thank you so
Я
much,
тоді,
Alina.
з огляду комунікації з усіма
With regards
стартапами,
to
які
communication with
ми маємо,
startups, we are
Український
having
регіональний медичний кластер, і фокусуємося як
Ukrainian
на
medical
предметно
cluster,
тактичній медицині,
and
пандуті. Ми як
we're been
тренінговий
focused on
центр в
tactical
Рівному
medicine and training
викладаємо,
center in
навчаємо наших
Rivne. We're
військовослужбовців
training
користуватися цим засобом.
our
І
military
тазбільшин,
to use
і вузловий
these
турнікет,
means
який
and the
реально дуже
fabric
унікальної
sprays and
конструкції.
tourniquets who have very unique
Так, як
construction.
сказав Віктор, не схожу
As Victor
на
said,
жодні,
it's
які є представлені
very
зараз на
different
ринку світу.
from all
І
of the
нам
rest
дуже
that are
цікаво
presented on the
саме
world market.
підтримати
So we're very
виробників тактичної
interested
медицини,
to support the
які винайшли
producers
ці
of
засоби і
technical
перевірили
medicine
їх в
who
війні.
invented
І
these
дійсно
tools,
от
who tried them
минулого тижня
in
я була
the
на
real
Техбарбекю в
war
Копенгагені і також зустрілася
conditions.
з
I was present at Tech
норвежським
Barbecue in Copenhagen
стартапом, який
meeting
вже
where I
саме в
met a
тактичній
Norwegian
медицині,
startup
і
in tactical
оці
medicine.
наші наступні
And
діпдайви, які будуть в Осло,
our next
також
deep
можуть
dives in Oslo might
допомогти
also
з'єднати оці
be able to
європейські і
connect
українські стартапи, щоб
European and
українські
Ukrainian
отримали
startups so that
більш
Ukraine
розширення в Європі,
will be
а для
more
цього, як сказав
widespread in
Віктор,
Europe.
треба
And for
знати
this
такий
purpose,
roadmap,
Europe,
як
as Victor
стартапу
said, we
пройти
need
цю
to know the
реєстрацію,
roadmap, pass
стартапу
through the
або МСП такому ж
registration
пройти цю
as a
реєстрацію в
startup or
Європі,
MSP
отримати
or
як
somehow
продукту можливість там
to have this
продаватися.
product been
А
registered in
звичайно, також
EU.
нас цікавлять і
We're also
стартапи,
interested
і
in
наші
startups and
виробники, які вже виробляють готові продукції. Їх
producers
цікавить, звичайно, фінансування,
are
посилення
interested in
фінансування,
financing and
обладнання, оновлення
enhancement
обладнання
of
в своїх
financing,
виробництвах для того, щоб
update
нарощувати
of
темпи
machinery in
виробництва
order to
цих
scale
засобів
up
для
the
України.
production
Тому що,
for
звичайно, у нас
Ukrainian
є ще
market
закриті
as
всі
well.
попити
We have not
в цих
closed all of
продуктах
our
і
needs in
величезна
certain
потреба
products,
їх нашої
and we have
української
huge
армії.
demand
І
for
зрозуміло,
Ukrainian
що це
army
є
as
зараз
well.
дуже першочергово для наших виробництв,
This
щоб
is
наростити цю
very
спроможність.
important for
І я
our
думаю, тут може
industry.
бути хороша
Scale up.
колаборація з
Here we
європейськими
can have very good
партнерами,
collaboration
які
with European
зможуть
partners
отримати
who might be
можливість на
able to
європейському
receive
ринку ці вже
possibility
готові перевірені продукти
to have these
реалізовувати, в тому
tested products
з нашої сторони
ported
це
to
з
European
допомогти
market,
нарощенні
and
спроможностей нашого
we
МСП
will
українського,
receive
який
a
би мав більше
possibility
коштів
to
для забезпечення
scale
нашої
up of
української армії.
our
Я
production to
знаю,
be
що
able
є
to cover all the
такі
demand
також
in
програми
Ukraine.
от
There are
в
certain
Данії,
programs
де уряди,
in Denmark
цієї
where
країни, данська
government
програма, яка фінансує розробку і
financing
масштабування цих продуктів
development and
dual-use
scale up of
для
dual-use
України,
products for
для
Ukraine
української армії. Тобто вони
and
фінансують
Ukrainian army.
з
They're
уряду
kosting
кошти на
the
українські
government is
виробництва для того, щоб
financing
посилити їхні
Ukrainian
спроможності і
industry in
передачу
order to
необхідного обладнання
enhance
для військових.
possibilities, and
Можливо, і в інших
the
країнах
Ukrainian
я
military
чула,
would
що
have
також
these
будуть
tools
запускатися
available.
такі програми, як
I
датська
heard
модельця,
that other
яка
countries
зможе
would follow the
приблизити
Danish
інновації
model
в
that
реальну
will help
практику
us
використання їх масштабування. Тому я думаю, що
to
це дуже
scale up
хороша наша можливість,
even
щоб
more. I
інші
think that this is a
стартапи
great
українські, більше
opportunity
МСП, які виробляють щось
to have
нове,
more SME
могли
and
б долучитися
startups
до цього проекту і
and
за цієї співпраці України
engaged
з
into this
європейськими кластерами
project
розвинути
where
свою силову
Ukraine would be able to
Я думаю, що
cooperate
ми тільки на
with
старті
the
цього
European clusters. I think
підтримки
overall we're just at the
проекту
beginning
малих підприємств. Дякую,
of
колеги, за
support of SMEs and startups.
такі
So
можливості.
thank you so much for this opportunity and for the future cooperations on this. Thank you so much.
Аліна,
Indeed,
ти
we have just
заключила.
started to cooperate and to facilitate the cooperation with startups. Totally agree. By mapping the startups, by mapping the products to know their needs. This is very important. And our future events will provide this opportunity to promote the startups and to be able to scale up. And the Danish model is not very interesting. Also, it's the Norwegian model, very good opportunity, but and the deep dive in Oslo will showcase this type of Norwegian programs dedicated to support startups in Ukraine and organization in Ukraine. Startups. Victor, you want to add something?
Так, я просто хочу доповнити. Дуже дякую,
Yes,
Тетяно,
thank you so
за
much,
наданий
Tatiana,
коментар. Він
this
дуже
comment.
доречний. Я просто хочу доповнити з
Very up to date.
позиції
I would like
безпосереднього
to add from the
виробника.
position of the
Дійсно,
producer
сьогодні
side.
будь-який
That's
український
true.
стартап,
Any
він
Ukrainian
дійсно
startup
критично
today
потребує прямої
critically needs
фінансової
direct
підтримки по причині
financial
тому, що
support
будь-який виробничий
because
стартап сьогодні, він
any industrial
працює в
startup
певних
is working in
специфічних
certain
умовах у
specific
зв'язку з
conditions because
постійними
of
російськими нападами. Ми в тому
constant
числі не
Russian
стали
attacks.
виключенням.
We were not
Місяць тому наші
exclusion.
виробничі
1
партнери
month ago,
отримали
our
подарунок у вигляді 3 шахедів у своє
production partners have
виробництво. І,
received
на жаль,
3
це дуже
shaheds
масова
in the
історія,
production
тому що
site,
всі
and it's
виробництва
been
так чи інакше
everywhere.
вони
All the
розміщуються в
productions,
певних
one or another
промзонах.
way,
Ворог
are
атакує ці
located in
промзони не
industrial zones
вибірково,
that
а
been
просто знищуючи
attacked
все на цих територіях. І,
by the
відповідно, для
enemy.
того, щоб
They're
дійсно
not
закривати потребу
targeting
сьогодні
anything,
в
just
українському
want to
ринку
ruin all
і на
the industry.
майбутнє
So in order to close the need
європейського
of
ринку,
the
тому що ми точно розуміємо,
Ukrainian
що
markets,
наші засоби, вони дуже
because
потрібні так само і в
demand
Європі
is
у
very
всій.
big in Ukraine
Тому
today,
дуже
but in
це
Europe
необхідна
it will grow
пряма
as well.
підтримка
That's
на
why
розвиток
we really need
виробничих
direct support
потужностей
to
та
develop
і
industrial
нарощування об'єму продукції, яка може
capacities
вироблятися,
and scale
для того,
up
щоб потенційно і
in order
закривати
to have
потребу європейських партнерів.
potentially be able to cover the demands not only of Ukraine but of Europe as well.
Indeed. For direct support, I will be inviting you to apply for this kind of call, European Innovation Council. I put also the link in the chat in order to find out more about this call. And it is a possibility to have this kind of grant as a direct support from European Union. Natalia, you wanted to add something?
Я хочу подякувати
I
колегам,
would like to
партнерам,
thank colleagues and
Даніелу
partners,
особливо, тому що
especially Daniel.
завдяки глибинним
Thanks to
інтерв'ю ми знайшли
deep dive
такі
interviews, we
ізюмінки,
have found
лайфхаки серед наших
life hacks
учасників.
among our participants.
І саме так зародилися і наші стартапи.
This is how our
Що
startups were
стосується взагалі
born.
сьогоднішньої зустрічі, навіть для мене були новинки того, що треба ще нам вивчати і вивчати. Але я хочу
And there are many
сказати, хто
things
ще не
to
долучився
learn
саме до
more.
наших проєктів, до
And those
проєкту
who have
долучайтесь,
not
стукайтеся, у нас на сайті є
connected
посилання
to our
до
project,
мене,
please
до
get in touch
Тетяни.
with me or
Ми
with
працюємо
Tatiana.
в робочих групах
We're
разом там з
working
підготовки
together
і
from
до,
the
в принципі, по
preparation
роботі з
point
усіма.
And
На
we're working
Rubik
with
ми на Ruby
everybody.
Rush на цьому тижні ми
The Rubik
заповнюємо
Rush
теж
today,
наші
we're
всі
filling
стартапи
in all our
заповнюють
startups.
якраз форми.
I mean,
Там
the
разом
startups are
командою.
filling
Але
up the
є ще
forms
таке
so
питання.
with
Знаєте,
our
Віктор, я хочу
support.
відповісти
And
вам.
another question, or like I would like to
Фінансування
reply
– це
to you,
одне.
Victor.
Тут треба
Financing, this is one
розуміти,
side,
як
but you have
взагалі
to understand
вести сам
how in
стартап.
general
Тому
manage
що
the startup.
можна звернутися
Because you
і
can
кричати, що
apply
нам
and
потрібні тільки
shout that
кошти,
we
а з
need only
іншого
money, but
боку,
on the other hand,
я подивилася на всі програми, які зараз нам
I've
пропонує
looked at
робити.
all
Це,
the
що Аліна сказала,
programs,
про
everything that Alina said about the
у нас
rule,
є інші
about the
заходи
other
на платформі
events
Organist.
and the platform, and
Там велика кількість нового
there
для
is
нас.
a big number of new
Я
things for
досвідчена
us.
бізнес-консультант,
I'm
побудувала
very
не одне
experienced
підприємство
business
виробниче,
consultant.
але
I built lots of
хочу
industrial
сказати, що для мене там
enterprises.
багато нового.
I
Там,
cannot
де
believe
стартап.
I found so many new
Тому
things there.
можна долучитися до таких проєктів, які
You can
навіть
be also
вчать
engaged to
працювати
those
з цим.
the projects
І
that
далі
are
рухатися.
teaching
Там
how
можна
to
дивитися,
work.
які кошти вже потрібні,
There you
скільки
can see
коштів. Тому що
which money you
багато
need.
можливостей, дуже багато.
There are many
можливостей.
possibilities,
Прям
lots.
реально багато. Куди не зайдеш, той же
Wherever
горизонт,
you enter, even the
космос,
horizon,
велика кількість проєктів.
there is big
Просто
number of
правильно
projects.
треба робити саму
You
роботу.
have to
І
do the
я просто по
job
Рубіку
right.
подивилася їх
And I
програму,
looked at the
все, що вони
Rubik,
тут
I
робили.
looked
Я
at their
зрозуміла, що я
program.
з того знаю всього лиш відсотків 30.
I understood that I knew only
Я
about
міжнародний
30%,
бізнес-консультант.
but I'm international business
Тому
consultant.
я теж туди йду.
So I'm going to participate.
Дякую.
Okay.
Дякую всім, колеги.
Thank you very much for your thank you. It's very motivational from your side, indeed, and thank you for your kind words. And I really hope that the Ukrainian startups are enrolling for Ruby Garage. Indeed, it's a great opportunity. My colleagues are very experienced in providing accelerator to startups, and there is a very wide European international community. They have a huge experience in going to the markets of European markets, UK market, USA markets. So it's a community built around Rubik, and Ukrainian startups, by joining this community, will have for sure huge opportunities to connect to investors and to scale up their products. Thank you very much for all your inputs, and keep in touch by email and with the support of Natalia and Tatiana. Get in touch with us, of course, in order to have our support in your needs to go to the reality, to transform your needs into reality, into solutions. And I would like to thank you so much for your participation. I would like to thank Ioana and Grigori for their support and to Life Science Open Space platform that is supporting the internationalization of Clusters4health project. And the concept of clusters breakfasts belongs to our partner from Krakow, and we are very appreciative of this format. And we are invited to the next breakfast that will be taking place in October. And 29th of October, we'll be starting a campaign to promote this next breakfast, but will be hosted by our partner in Norway, Oslo Cancer Cluster. And the theme is public-private partnership and cross-sectorial healthcare innovation. And it is a very interesting topic for startups, I think, also this kind of event, because it's about how to develop this useful partnership in their road to the market. And we are inviting you to join these next events and to stay in touch and to apply to Ruby Garage, as Natalia and Tatiana are supporting you, to apply to the European Innovation Council call, and to keep in touch in order to support your company to go to the market, the European market. Thank you so much. And if there is any other question or remarks or final goodbyes till the next event.